Today I'll be talking about hair transplantation in the elderly age group. So hair transplant people are fearful that at advanced age, when somebody has crossed 60 or 65, they are fearful that at this age the hair transplant can be risky, they can't get the results and they should not undergo the procedure. But that is not the case. So we have done a lot of patients, more than 60, 65 with very good results, and I like to now highlight the points of elderly hair transplant versus a transplant in a young patient. So in elderly patients, we should make sure that they don't have any underlying medical illness and medically they are fit to undergo the surgery. Like if they have hypertension, it should be well controlled with medicines, and we should have a cardiology clearance from their treating cardiologist in case they have any hypertension or any cardiac problem. Their ECG should be checked, their blood pressure should be checked, their medication should be reviewed, and we should take a written clearance from their physician to ascertain that yes, it is safe to do surgery in them. Their blood sugar levels should be within the normal range. If they are diabetic, they should be on anti-diabetic medications and their blood sugar should be well controlled. Glycosylated hemoglobin HbA1c is the most sensitive indicator for diabetes or a pre-diabetic condition, and it should be normal, and a diabetologist clearance should be there if we plan to do surgery in a patient with known diabetes. So this was about the medical fitness. Now coming to the hair transplant procedure per se. What are the challenges in the old age group? Number one, usually they have grey hair. So their 70 to 80% hair are grey. So they feel that whether those grey hair will survive or not, whether they should undergo the transplant or not. So we have done lot of transplants in patients with grey hair exclusively. The trick is, after trimming the donor area, we put a hair color or a hair dye to stain the roots, to stain the lower portion of the hair shaft, and then we are able to extract good quality grafts in those patients who have grey hair completely. The second thing is, they feel that if they have done a transplant, once the transplant is done, whether they can color the transplanted hair or not. So the answer is yes. Once the transplant has been done and the complete healing has taken place, then after 2 to 3 weeks of the date of the transplant, they can start putting hair color or hair dye, whatever they like, after the surgery also. So it is safe to use any kind of hair color or hair dye on the transplanted hair too, unless they are allergic to that particular hair dye, which their dermatologist can determine. The third important issue in elderly patients is the unfavorable donor to recipient ratio. Generally they have advanced grade of baldness, so their donor area is lesser, but we have seen in some of such patients, though the donor area width is less, but the density is very good. So we should go for a conservative hairline in their case, and when we go for a conservative hairline, we are able to achieve complete or near complete coverage with less number of grafts. So unfavorable donor to recipient ratio is tackled by keeping a high and a conservative hairline. The other thing that we do is combining body hair. So as we know, the beard hair are a very good additive to the scalp hair, and they can be used to add area and density to the transplanted zone. So a combination of scalp and body hair can be done to achieve complete or near complete coverage in such patients.
Are Dr. Pradeep Sethi and Dr. Erica Bansal. And the clinic is Eugenics Hair Sciences in India.